In the heart of Huntsville, Tennessee, stands a building that has witnessed more than a century of crime, punishment, violence, and tragedy, the old Scott County Jail. Today, visitors walk its halls carrying cameras and flashlights, searching for signs of the paranormal. But long before ghost hunters arrived, these walls were already filled with stories. Stories of prisoners, sheriffs, moonshiners, and justice delivered in ways that would shock us today. To understand why so many people believe the jail is haunted, we first have to understand its history. The Scott County Jail was built in 1904 from massive blocks of locally quarried sandstone. Standing beside the courthouse in downtown Huntsville, it served as the county's primary jail for more than 100 years. The building was designed to hold prisoners awaiting trial, serving short sentences, or awaiting transfer to larger state facilities. Conditions were harsh. The cells were small, the winters were cold, the summers were suffocating. For many inmates, the jail represented uncertainty. Some waited for trial, some waited for release, others waited for a fate they could not escape. The jail operated during some of the most turbulent periods in Appalachian history. During Prohibition, moonshiners and bootleggers frequently found themselves behind these bars. The mountains of East Tennessee were filled with hidden stills and backwoods whiskey operations. Lawmen and moonshiners played a dangerous game of cat and mouse throughout the region. Many of those arrested eventually passed through the Scott County Jail. But the jail's history contains darker chapters. Scott County gained a reputation for violence during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Disputes over land, politics, and personal grudges often ended in bloodshed. The county experienced numerous lynchings during this era, becoming one of the most notorious regions in East Tennessee for mob violence. One of the most infamous cases involved Barry Bowling. Accused of murder, Bowling was removed from custody by a mob and lynched before the legal system could decide his fate. His death became one of the most disturbing examples of frontier justice in the mountains. Stories like these left scars on the community, and some believe those scars never truly healed. The jail also became connected to one of the region's enduring mysteries, the unsolved murder of a sheriff. Over the years, details have faded into local legend, but the story remains part of the jail's history. Questions lingered, rumors spread, and some residents wondered whether justice was ever truly served. As decades passed, prisoners came and went. Some left, some never did. The jail witnessed fights, illness, despair, and loss. By the time it finally closed in 2008, generations of stories had accumulated within its walls. Then came the reports. Footsteps in empty hallways, voices heard inside vacant cells, doors that seemed to move on their own, visitors describing the sensation of being watched. Paranormal investigators began exploring the building. Some claimed to capture unexplained voices on recordings. Others reported shadow figures standing behind the bars. Skeptics point out that old buildings create strange sounds. Wood expands, stone settles. Memories influence expectations. And perhaps they're right. But even skeptics admit there is something unusual about standing inside a building where so much history unfolded. The iron bars remain. The cells remain. The echoes remain. Maybe the stories are nothing more than folklore. Maybe they are the product of imagination. Or maybe some places hold on to the emotions left behind by those who passed through them. Fear, anger, regret, hope. Today, the old Scott County Jail stands as both a museum and a reminder of a different era. A place where history and legend have become impossible to separate. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: the jail remembers. And if you listen closely enough, some say it still has stories to tell. This is Ink and Echoes, Tennessee, where stories refuse to die.